All right. So this marks the 6th episode of Let the Mic Run. Let us go ahead and bring out the good shit.
The desktop.
The desktop view. The desktop view.
I feel like I need to make you a nice screen so you can have on your stream instead of your desktop.
What's wrong with my desktop, man? Why you gotta be hating on my desktop?
I mean, it just doesn't scream "Let the mic run," you know.
Alright. You know what does scream Let the Mic Run?
What's that? What's that?
Our full-sized logo.
Oh,
There we go.
yes. Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Yep.
Yes.
Let's see.
You should just put that as the desktop background for now,
Okay.
and then it'll be and then you could have whatever you want to do on your desktop, but then that'll be there, you know.
It's not fitted.
Damn
Here. There we go.
it.
It fits. There we go.
Woo, perfect.
We are all set. We have Let the Mic Run. You know, this is only for the people that are watching us live. Everyone else that's either listening to us on our podcast can see it on the actual player itself or on our website at letthemicrun.com. Or on our YouTube channel in those audiovisual spectrums that we have. So, cool shit. I'm glad.
Yeah, this is just a nice perk to viewing live, I guess.
Yes, the perk is that you get to see the symbol, but on my desktop instead.
Yep. And instead of the nice visualizer effect, which is way better.
Wow.
So you're not missing much if you're watching the YouTube video.
I feel offended, man. You're telling me
No,
people.
I'm just saying the visualizer looks great. I am complimenting you.
Alright. You know what? I'm gonna let it slide. It's episode number 6. Let's just get started. Let's just get started. Alright.
I agree.
So, what would you like to talk about tonight, sir?
I have a few tiny topics that I could talk about.
Alright. Bring us in, man. Bring us in.
Well, one thing that we recently both did was if you've watched one of our previous episodes, I think it was episode 3 or something, the gotcha episode.
Yes.
We have an update on that. We've quit the gotcha. We're not playing it anymore.
Oh yeah.
It's done. It's over. It's kaput.
I mean, I quit way before you did. I just want to set that out.
Yeah, you were not playing very much at the end there.
Yeah, I played 1 week, and then I quit 1 full week before you started being yo, bro, where you at? And I'm like, bruh, it's just, it doesn't feel right, you know?
Yep. But then you cut the tie completely.
Yeah. I mean, I still have it installed on my phone. I still have notifications for it, but I never play it anymore. You, on the other hand, when you quit something, you quit cold turkey. I don't understand how you do it, where it's you quit everything. You quit the game, uninstalled it, removed the Discord link, left the subreddit.
It's just all gone.
Yeah, everything just disappeared, right?
Yep, it does not exist anymore.
Dude, that's crazy to me. If I quit something, I don't really erase it until it gets in the way of something.
Fair. For me, it's just if I know I'm not gonna play it anymore, then why even have it there? Taking up space of other things that I would rather look at. But I don't need it anymore.
I mean, I guess. I kind of do the same thing with games, actual full video games versus my phone. I guess the main thing that drives me there is just the amount of constraint that you have on your phone versus the amount of constraint that you might have on your computer. My computer just happens to be the smaller of the two, uh, relative to what's installed on there, because like full video games take up a sizable amount of storage, whereas with phones it's not quite as big, and I don't really use my phone for like taking pictures and stuff, so most of the time I don't even like really do anything with it, like
Yeah,
I just
for
leave it
sure.
on there because why, what else am I going to fill that space with, right?
Like just this stream when you uninstalled Metro, and I was commenting on it.
Yes. um Yeah, I mean it's completed. I'm not going to be replaying it anytime soon. I already moved it. It's like I could use that space for another game that I can play down the road.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my reasoning like for deleting it off my phone was definitely not for like storage space, more just like screen space, I guess. Like I don't even have the icon like on the front of my phone anymore. It's just gone.
But I mean,
And then I can put Twitter there. Yay!
yay. Also, let me just plug that in. We're also on Twitter at twitter.com/let the mic run. You can always follow us there at any given time. And we also have a Facebook page now as well, and an Instagram page. Which reminds me, we need to post more pictures for the Instagram.
Yep. We need to get on that social media buzz.
Hmm. A lot of people are trying to get us to actually like join a bigger community to try and promote our podcast more. Um, so far, we haven't done too much on that, just because they usually ask for money, and this is a hobby more than anything. So I mean, I'm not really looking to drop a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah. We're just kind of doing it and seeing what happens for now.
All right, so you said that you had multiple topics. So what was
Yes.
another thing that you wanted to talk about?
Well, I've recently picked up again learning Japanese. Language learning is always interesting, I feel.
So
Like I've been doing some like Japanese learning like previously. Like I've learned all of like the hiragana and katakana characters, which is just really really basic stuff. And I know a few words, but beyond that, I'm still very beginner. And I've just recently started picking up learning kanji, which is going to be a really big step in Japanese learning.
so
And
what's hiragana and what was the other thing?
and katakana.
Katakana. So what are those two?
So hiragana is just a way, basically, like instead of like kanji, which are basically like words, and kanji can be like read multiple ways, so they have like different sounds. Hiragana are more closely similar to our like letters in English, where they have a specific sound associated with them. There's not that many of them, and they can make up kanji. They can be used in place of kanji if you're wanting to make it like easier to read, for younger or like just people who don't know Japanese as well. So it's just basically simplified kanji. So there's only like maybe 40 or so um, hiragana and katakana to learn each. And then katakana is the same thing as hiragana, except for katakana is basically meant for things like names or words that come over from other languages. And so like a lot of words like in Japanese don't really have their own Japanese words, so they basically just borrow the English word. And when it's just written in katakana instead.
That's pretty interesting.
Yep.
It's also really complex because I'm like, You kind of got me lost over here a little bit, but you know what? From what I understand, it's all just a method of actually just reading, right? It's not
Yeah.
really actually speaking the language or uh, listening to it. It's mostly just you reading and interpreting or translating it to English, right?
Yeah. The katakana and hiragana and kanji are all like the text, like what you would read. And hiragana and katakana, you also get the side of like it's somewhat how you speak it because like basically all of the sounds in Japanese like are represented by hiragana and katakana as well.
Okay,
And like it's very one to one. Like if you have a certain string of hiragana, it's always going to be pronounced the same way.
gotcha. So one quick question that I have is, so would you say that kanji is mostly like shorthand for shorthand writing versus hiragana and katakana?
Kind of. It's the more proper way to write. Like you like say you have like the word for like I don't know, like mountain or something. Like you can write that in hiragana and it's like probably it's like I guess if you're going with the yama uh meaning mountain, that would be two hiragana. But the more proper way to write it would be with writing it with the kanji, which is just one character. So yeah, most of the time it ends up being shorthand. Well, I guess all the time it ends up being shorthand, yeah.
Yeah.
And some words used, or I guess a lot of words use like multiple, like two or more kanji. Um, some words use a combination of like kanji and then a couple like hiragana at the end and stuff like that. Like it's a lot.
So let me ask you another question, man. What actually prompted you to try and learn Japanese? Like, what specifically drew you to the Japanese language?
Well, I would like to at some point move to Japan or at least visit Japan. And when I go there, I want to be able to know the language. I don't want to be I don't want to be lost. You know, I
Yeah.
want I want a full, genuine experience, and I want to be able to embrace it fully.
But don't they also speak English in Japan?
I think a lot of people do, but
Yeah.
like if you want to be able to like read stuff, like sure there's some signs in English, but a lot of the stuff you want to be able to read Japanese.
Gotcha. So I'm just gonna say this outright. I'm currently single, right? So, if if you decide to go to Japanese, I would love to tag along, and then I myself would love to go ahead and go to Japan, and just meet some beautiful women there. Yeah, I am of the worldly mind.
I can see that. You know, I'd like to tag along with you.
Yeah.
I'd like to go with you. That'd be fun.
Plus, I mean, think about it this way: like me trying to flirt with someone who speaks Japanese, uh, but I don't speak Japanese, and me thinking, oh, uh, uh, me thinking, um, oh, they probably can't understand me. I hit on her. I play the scene of like if you've seen Rush Hour 3, where Carter, the black cop, hits on the French woman, and he's like, "Oh, I would love to strip you down and look honey all over your body," and then she immediately talks back to him, and it's like, uh, says something in English. I don't remember what she says. I think it's something to like, uh, "You bring me good luck" or something. And then, yeah, and then I would just like to have jaw down moment, just
Yeah,
like, oh
uh,
shit,
I could just picture that.
just be like, oh shit, man.
That would be so funny.
Uh,
And
it'd be,
do Yes, Ez is calling you out earlier. I wasn't going to call you out, but Ez decided to. You said that you would want to go to Japanese.
Oh, I mean, go to Japan. Go to Japan. Can we edit that out in the post edits? You know, in post, can we just edit that out?
That's straight. Edit that out.
Lol. Well, I mean, trying to edit all. Ah, I can barely pronounce or enunciate. Um, but you know, trying to get that all fixed and exactly. Let the mic run. Let the mic run.
No edits here.
No edits. Zero edits. You know, there's a reason why the episode 5 still hasn't been released. Is because I can't decide whether I actually want to fix the audio levels in that or just let the mic run and just apologize for it in the episode summary.
No, Sergio, there is a solution going forward for that.
I know, it's Audacity. But maybe someday. No, actually, I was thinking of using Adobe Audition and just creating like 2 tracks that would only record your and my voices. Although yours would be coming from Discord, so if we had multiple guests, it wouldn't really work that well. But if it's just you and me, we'd be able to balance each other's audios because they would be on 2 separate tracks, 2 separate MP3s, and do it that way. But
yeah. I mean, technically, if you do want to do the separate tracks, it's better to record individually. That way, you don't have to worry about Discord cutting out and stuff like that.
I mean, sure, but I'm saying like as a one computer solution, it'd be the easiest. Because then I wouldn't have to worry about syncing it up and doing all that and just trying to make sure it's not off sync or anything like it.
Yeah, you can at least balance yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fair.
But anyways, so your motivation to learn Japanese is mainly fueled because you want to go to Japan, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, like, how soon do you think you're going to be able to accomplish your goals to learn Japanese? Because I know you've been trying to do this since at least senior year of high school.
Yeah, I've been very off and on.
Yeah.
I think with what I have now, I'm using a website now called WaniKani. It lets you do like some levels of kanji learning for free, but then you actually have to pay for like a subscription for it, which isn't too bad. But basically, the way it's set up, it's very much structured that you just do a little bit at a time, and you could even get an app to give you reminders to just do little lessons. And I think it's something that's very, very easy to actually keep up on and not drop.
Makes sense.
So if I am able to just keep going and not drop it, which I genuinely think I can, I could probably expect, based on what I've read on like the websites and like guides and learning Japanese and stuff, it'd probably be about like 2 years before I could start like actually like reading myself fairly well and knowing the grammar and stuff and theoretically being able to speak it.
Dude, your attitude or your reason for learning a new language is so much purer than mine. So much purer than mine. I will say that.
I mean, there's also the fact that I want to be able to like watch anime and stuff without subtitles.
I mean, yes, yes, but what I mean by that is, well, you know the reason why I want to learn German, right? I believe I've told you in the past.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to say this to the listeners out there. So the main reason why I want to go and learn German is due to how would you say it, Sphere? There are some Twitch streamers that I watch that are of a particular variety. How would you classify them?
I think I'm gonna let you do that.
Why would you let me do that? Don't you want to like lead me to the to the promised land?
Oh my god, I'm not touching that, bro.
No, no, it's not foreign.
that's just porn.
Yeah, it's definitely not foreign. No, the reason why I want to learn German is very simply due to the fact that there are some German streamers that I listen to and follow um that are very lovely and hashtag simp um, that are very lovely and only speak mainly German. They do speak English, but one of them speaks mainly German, and I've always wanted to learn German, learn German, and be able to uh, go to Germany and meet some women.
Lapin says simple words.
Hashtag simp.
Hashtag simp.
Hashtag simp. Um, but no, yeah, yeah. The only reason I want to learn German is because I want to meet up with some German girls.
Yeah,
That's essentially what it boiled down to. Is the only reason is because I want German girls.
that's a fair reason.
Is it though? Learning an entire language just so I can flirt with some German ladies?
I mean, you also would like to go to Germany, wouldn't you?
I mean, sure. Where else would I find German girls, right? But I wouldn't go there for the cultural relevance to society in today's um, climate, right? I would just go and just hit up the bars and be like, "How you doing? How you doing?" You know, just pull the old Joey card from Friends and hit up some women there.
So your reason would be mostly shallow to go there.
Exactly, 100% shallow.
No, I'm not a simp.
Damn,
Chat.
you're being called out, bro. Also, Purple Lemon 27 wants to know what is a simp. Sir, you're more well versed in internet culture than I am. Go ahead and tell that to the listeners.
A simp would be a fellow who they have women that they like and they revere them as goddesses, as being above everything else, and nothing is wrong with them, and they will defend their honor to their graves. And is that what you are, Sergio?
I can't say that I would defend anyone's honor, but if you trash talk my Twitch thoughts, I will. Hashtag
All right,
simp.
I won't trash talk your Twitch thoughts. Don't worry, bro.
Thank you, bro. Uh, but anyway, no. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Um, I just. But yeah. So essentially, simp is just a white knight, and they follow like a certain girl, woman, streamer, and they're like she can do no wrong, and she can basically do whatever she wants, and these white knights will defend them. And now a simp can be male or female. It does not necessarily. It's mostly implied to be male, but females can also be simps.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Just simply because it's anonymous and people can be, one way or the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's mostly used in connotation as a male defending the honor of a female. And I think it came about mostly due to the fact that internet culture and Twitch streamers, like especially that's one thing. Twitch streamers, it is much easier to build your brand initially as a woman. Just well, let me rephrase that. It is easier to build your brand as a woman if you follow certain things and you appeal to a certain demographics, people will come, and mostly male, and these males will generally be simps. Yes, you can be a simp for Beyonce.
Totally.
Yep.
I think you're probably genuinely a sim for Beyonce.
I would 100% say she is a simp for Beyonce. But simp is generally negative, so we don't really refer to when you say simp, it's not actual like a something that is what is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Benevolent?
If you're saying someone is a simp, it's usually negative.
Yeah. It has a very negative connotation versus positive. Uh, but yeah. So, um, what was I gonna say? Anyway, yes. So me learning the German language is mainly because I want to flirt with some German women. I actually learned a little fact. Uh, Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna say that little fact on stream. I just
You're not
thought.
gonna let the mic run, bro.
All right. I brought it up.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
I brought it up. I'm going to go ahead and do it. All right.
Oh shit.
So, uh, I want to say a few years back. Uh, a few years back, there was a chart that was made in r slash data is interesting that grabbed a bunch of data around female breast size and were like, these are the countries that have like largest to smallest, and Russia and the U.S. were the largest on that scale.
Wow.
Yeah, Russia and and the U.S. were the largest on the scale, followed by the Europe, and then the smallest ones were typically uh, Japan and
Whoa.
and China, if I remember. Japan, China, and Vietnam.
I can see that.
Yeah. But anyway, I learned about that, and I found that to be very interesting. Germany is rated highly among that. Uh, so, again, my intentions to learn a language have not been pure. But, the nice side effect about this, the nice side effect about learning a new language, is the fact that I am now able to at least say a few words in German, um, and I'm able to understand the language, or a few words of the language, even though I haven't been learning it for that long. Yes. Um, uh, and I guess if I were to say something, I am a simp for German girls and redheads. I'll just say that right now.
So honest.
Yep.
Such honesty.
This is let the mic run, man. I'm just gonna let the mic run on this. I have no shame on this. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
Well, I am only a simp for waifus.
For waifus.
Yep.
Yeah.
For anime grills.
What about your girlfriend, bro?
Also my girlfriend. Love you, Bebs.
um, I mean, sure. Why don't you give us a little piece of that Japanese that you have learned?
Let's see. Okay, how about I just start with Ohayo, Konnichiwa, Let's see. How do I say? I'm trying to remember how to say just like "How are you?" For some reason, that one always escapes me. Mm.
Well,
Sayonara.
oh my gosh. Talk about the. If you're a weeb, like just an anime weeb, I'm fairly certain anyone who watches animes can easily reproduce that or understand that. Those words. Like, kakeku, a very memed word, is, um, all according to plan. Is that right? Or,
It's
no.
just
Okay, it's just plan. See, okay, I don't know that. You do.
all according to KK.
Kikaku.
KK.
Kikaku.
Kikaku.
Kikaku. Alright. Oh boy, man. Oh boy. We've said some shit here. We've said some shit. I'll just say that.
Yep.
Um but anyway, Brot und Wasser. That is bread and water.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yep. That's how good my German is, and I didn't even pronounce it that well or enunciate that correctly.
Pan to mizu.
What?
Bread and water. Japanese.
Wow. Mädchen. That is girl in German.
Konojo. That would be woman in Japanese.
Fraud. That is woman in German.
Hmm.
Mana is man in German. Jungen is boy in German.
Oh shit. Otoko is boy in Japanese.
Guten Abend is good morning. Good morning.
Ohayo gozaimasu. Good morning. Oh yes. Oh yes, Sumi is good night.
Ist ein Mann is he is a man. You know, as riveting as this back and forth is,
Yeah.
I think we should
It's a
stop it.
very slow, very low level language battle.
Yep. Yep.
This is watching like two level ones fight.
No, this is watching two Simps fight. This is watching two Simps fight right now.
Oh my god. Yes, we want medals, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. We would actually like to be an award-winning podcast right now. Have millions tune into our stream just to listen to our bits of showmanship. Yes.
The simp medals.
Hashtag simp. Hashtag simp awards.
Simp awards.
Yep. Oh my gosh, man. But I definitely would like to get back into learning German because I mean it's a wonderful. Just title this episode "Simp." Hashtag Simp. You know what?
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. And see, I knew you were gonna come around to the one word titles.
I very much like that one.
Hashtag Simp. All right. That will be the title of this episode. Hashtag Simp. You know, in the spirit of the episode being hashtag Simp, let's talk about some Simp things. All right.
I mean, I'm kind of out.
Bruh. Bruh. You bring out the heavy hammers. You tell us about the simps. You lead us down this path. And then you get us down to the path to where, oh shit. I didn't think that this is where we would end up.
Well, what have you got in regards to simp things to talk about?
Hey man, I said my piece about simps. I said that I simp for the German girls, the redheads. Oh shit. Damn. Have you finally made it to your destination?
Yeah, one of our crew is currently road tripping
Yep.
to California way.
Why can't you just say it normally, like a normal person?
Because I saw the episode of South Park of them going California way, and it's never gonna leave my head.
Hashtag ASMR stream.
Hashtag ASMR sim.
Hashtag ASMR simp. Dang it.
You lost.
Yeah, gosh.
I said it first.
Also, so I think we.
What was that, bro?
I think I've run my piece on this simp thing.
Yeah, I'm good on it.
Okay.
So, I've got another brief thing to talk about.
Sure, go for it.
Somewhat related to me learning Japanese and anime. The SpongeBob anime video that came out recently was so funny. I think more people should watch it. If you like anime and you like SpongeBob.
Oh my gosh, that was.
Okay, I will give a link. If you look it up on YouTube, it's the SpongeBob anime Bubble Bass Saga by Narmak. And there's the link in the chat.
It is.
It's got so many anime references. It's so aware and it's so funny.
You know what? I got it. We're just gonna play the OP for this episode. All right.
You're gonna like on the stream.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Actually, I should just look up the OP.
Well, will we have audio? I'm assuming we will.
You won't be able to hear the audio. Everyone
But
else.
on the stream, yes.
Yeah.
So that's what matters.
And is it? It's the I'm Ready, right? OST.
I'm not sure what the actual OP is. I mean, you could just play like the beginning of the SpongeBob anime video. That probably has the opening on it, right?
Okay, I'll just do that then.
Because I mean, if I remember correctly, there's channel he had like 3 OPs made or something.
Yeah, it was actually pretty ridiculous.
I don't know which one he used.
Okay, I just skipped to the OP.
Okay. And then for those who aren't seeing the video, just let's.
Actually, I'll just put
I'm
it.
guessing it's going to be just anime music.
Here, anyone that's. There we go. I just put it on there so people can see.
Okay. So we won't have the audio for it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's good. God, it's so great. It's so over the top. So yeah, I just wanted to plug that.
Oh, right. I forgot about that scene.
Another thing I wanted to talk about on it is because I saw on Twitter the guy who made it. Basically, the video got taken down temporarily because of the COPPA guidelines that got put on this year.
Really?
So
Wait. Just let's hear this, and then we'll talk about it in a moment.
Okay. It's like actually well animated. It's so insane.
All right. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Anyway, what were you saying about it?
Yeah. So, for anyone unfamiliar with like the COPPA guidelines that came out on YouTube this year, basically like any video that is being like targeted towards children, like under the age of 13, has to be marked as such, and as a consequence of being marked as for children, a ton of stuff gets disabled on the video, like comments, ad revenue, like just showing up in recommended. Typically, I think that doesn't happen, or it doesn't happen as much, or something. Just a lot of stuff doesn't work on the video anymore, particularly the advertising and monetization. But and if you don't follow the rules correctly, and that's really arbitrary, basically, but just set by YouTube, like whether it's actually targeted for kids or not, even if you intend it not to be. Basically, you can get flagged for that and like lose your channel, or even like get sued. Like it could get crazy depending on how many times it's been breached or whatever. But basically, the guy who made it, he marked it as not being for kids because obviously it's not marked as for kids because, you know, he's got swearing in it, he's got gore, he's got people losing limbs. That's not for kids.
A lot of lost limbs, like specifically arms.
A lot of arms are being lost for some reason.
Yeah, arms, like for whatever reason, the creator of the video decided, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead. Anytime anyone gets injured, the arm is the first thing to come off, and typically is the only injury on there for whatever reason.
And it completely comes off.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's so funny. But yeah, so obviously that's not for kids. So he marked it as not being for kids. And he got notification from YouTube that it supposedly was marked for kids, or was supposed to be marked for kids from what they deemed it being. So they took down his video and flagged his channel, nearly taking down his entire channel.
Which is crazy to me, because it's like, obviously, if you even spent like a few minutes just looking at it, like actually, instead of going through the automatic process, it would be very visible just right off the bat that, you know, it's not for kids.
Yeah. It's so obvious, like fairly early into the video.
Yeah.
But I guess because it has SpongeBob in the name, it's got to be for kids. So yeah, that's what happened. And then he took to Twitter, and a lot of people were calling out YouTube and stuff. And then the next day, it came back, and he lost the strike, which is actually great. I'm very happy for that.
Does YouTube have like a 3-strike program or something?
According to what he tweeted, yes. He'd apparently already had a strike before, and that video being taken down was his second strike. So if he had had one more, his channel would have just been gone.
Dude, just imagine your entire livelihood, like, being raised up that entire time, just being taken down in 3 strikes, because you have to have 2 or 3 videos that just get taken down for arbitrary reasons.
Because SpongeBob is in the title.
Yeah.
Like, imagine a Let's Player, like, that always makes adult content, and then they play SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, because that just came out. Is their channel at risk? Like, it's insane.
I mean, Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the system, but it's kind of what we have. All right, see you later. It's been nice having you.
Yep. See ya, Ez.
Um, and for anyone that's listening to this on our website, we actually run these podcasts every Tuesday at 10 p.m. on twitch.tv/SJFox. So if you ever hear us referring to something in chat or listening to something or even saying goodbye to anyone in chat, it's because we record these live. We don't actually go ahead and go into a studio or anything or like try and talk outside of when we do it live, because we always want to make sure that everything is done as is and there's no like any changes or anything like that. So.
Yep, and if you want to join the chat in future episodes, yeah, just feel free to pop into the Twitch at that time, and you can chat with us as we talk.
Yeah. But dude, that episode, like, the creator put in so much work into that episode. It was like an entire year's worth of work.
At least a year.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's like, how can you devote so much time to one thing like that? And it doesn't seem like he had anything else that he was doing beyond potentially his own job outside of YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mine. It's completely crazy to me to do that.
Props to him for sticking with it for so long too.
Yeah, definitely. Like, holy shit. And it's really well done. Like, the whole episode is just crisp, really good. If you have a chance to watch it, I would highly recommend watching it. Even if you're just like a small time, if you've only watched one episode of SpongeBob, I would still recommend watching it just because it's just that good. Looking at his other videos, though, I can definitely say, yikes! I would definitely not watch anything else on his channel. But
like he has a few more videos on like we said, like he has different like openings made for the SpongeBob anime that he made and stuff like that, and then a bunch of other videos that like neither me or Sergio were really interested in looking at. Yeah. But that one video, the anime video, that is just like, that's a must watch.
100%. Other than that, I mean, there was one thing that I did want to talk to you about before we close this out tonight. Is basically there was an interview recently that came out today on HBO's channel. And I'm sure that you heard, or at least listened to me, watch it quite a few times throughout the day today.
Go on.
Yeah, it's an interview with President Trump and the New Zealand reporter. Yeah, it was a New Zealand reporter, and he was interviewing President Trump, and it was.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I just want to hit a few of those key quotes from that interview because it was definitely interesting. And one of the things that really came to mind on that was the sheer disregard about human life, with the quote from him of like 1,000 deaths a day. It is what it is, and I'm just like, yeah, it was a pretty interesting quote. And then when the reporter was trying to ask him, like, well, because Trump was trying to say that he was handling it the best that it could be handled, not necessarily saying that it could be lowered or anything like that. He was just strictly saying he's handling it the best that it could be hold. And then he was being pressed, well, are you sure about that? And then another section of the video, if you haven't watched the interview, I would highly recommend it. It's a great,
Yeah, if
it's
you have a link, post the link. I'm not sure.
uh, I would have to look it up.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah. Unless you want to look it up, and you can post it. Actually, you do that. So, anyways, within this episode as well, there Trump brings out some charts and just tries to be like, well, you see, the U.S. is actually below the world. That's another quote of his, and it was really interesting because it's like below the world, below what? Like, did he mean in reference to Europe, that sort of thing? Because he was trying to say that even though there's a lot of deaths, we were still under what was expected. Uh, and then he tried to compare the cases versus the amount of deaths that we've had in the U.S. And percentage wise of the cases that we've had and the deaths that we had, deaths turned out to be like a very low percentage. But in terms of death to population, it was much, much higher than any other country because we were in the 100,000s versus a lot of other countries that were in the thousands, or even like a country like New Zealand, which I believe has less than 500 deaths. And it's just crazy uh, that that we would think that this was acceptable, right?
that's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, yeah, I definitely do say that this that this interview was one of the most favorite pieces that I've seen in quite some time. Um, but I think in order to really digest what everything happened on there, we would both have to see it and then just comment on it afterwards, and keep it relatively fresh in our minds. I don't think that it's something that we can do just blind like this.
And I haven't even seen the whole thing. I just saw a highlight.
Oh, welcome back.
Welcome back, Ez.
We were just talking about the interview with the President
With
Trump
Trump.
and the New Zealand reporter. Um, but I would probably say like tonight. I'm pretty much fresh out of topics for tonight. I'm ready to close it up early if you are.
We've got a few minutes left.
Yeah.
I mean, like, one other super quick thing, which I thought was super funny that happened.
Okay.
Just today, an update for Smash Bros. Ultimate came out. This is a big topic shift, I know.
Okay.
But basically, it was just like a shadow update. Basically, they added a stage.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they added a stage. Small battlefield. It's like big battlefield, but it's small.
Wait. So they added three sized battlefields.
Yeah, there's 3 battlefields now in Smash Ultimate. Isn't
Mm,
that weird?
Why can't they make three sized Final Destination?
Well, there kind of is 2 sizes for Final Destination, but you have to do 8-player Smash to get the big one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
why can't I play on three different sizes for Smash?
yeah. I want small Final Destination too. That would be nice.
Yeah, right.
We can do a custom stage for small Final Destination.
Cause it would be very highly downloaded. By the way.
Yeah. I also saw on Twitter somebody posted like his reply to like the update tweet or whatever. He posted like single platform. Or just like literally just a single platform. and it's just one of the battlefield platforms, and then that's the entire stage.
Wow.
I would play on that.
Dude, that reminds me, like, actually, no, it doesn't remind me of anything. I'm gonna just say this outright. I'm just pretty much out of topics for tonight.
Oh my god, I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm pretty much out of topics for tonight.
I've got one more thing.
Okay.
So, Toby Fox, the creator of Undertale and Deltarune, like he's still working on Deltarune. He just recently tweeted out this tweet that really stuck with me. It said, "No matter how long I work on this game, so far the feeling of I have to make this, I have to see this through to the end, hasn't subsided at all. It might even be getting stronger. It helps things are going well recently." I think that is just like, to me, as a person who struggles to like stay motivated to work on a single project, like that kind of tweet just really speaks to me.
Why?
Just because it's it's inspirational that's, seeing somebody who can, stick with it. And it's like, if I really tried, I could do that too. It's just hard. Like I would love to stick with the project all the way through.
You know what that's called, right?
What's it called?
A job.
I mean, that is like, it's kind of different if you're actively like doing it for money and you have to do it.
I mean, no, you don't, because the thing with jobs is you can always choose not to do a job. There's going to be consequences of not doing a job, just like there's not consequences of not doing a project, you know? It might be a point. It's like whenever I put my mind to something, like if I decide that I want to make a podcast, I'm going to be like, all right, let's go. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to take it in as my job. I'm not going to go ahead and like half-ass it. Like if it's half-assed, it doesn't matter, you know. And even if I don't feel like I need to do it, like say for today I'm just gonna outright say it. I didn't really feel motivated. I kind of let you take the reins for today. I didn't really want to think too much about what I wanted to say on the podcast. I just came in here without a topic in hand. Usually I do a little bit more preparation than anything else, mainly because when I'm on here and actually like talking to people or talking to you, I want to have something to say. I always want to say, something the very next time, or try to lead the conversation in a manner, right? So with me, if I'm doing a project, it's not so much motivation as it is putting in the work behind it and actually following through with it. I feel like motivation for me, it's not really whether I have it or not. It's more of a how prepared am I to do it.
Interesting.
Oof. Yeah. So, and like I said earlier, usually let the mic run. I would say I say a lot more. We go through a lot more topics. We don't just spend like a good 15-20 minutes on just saying hashtag simp or just repeating the same thing over and over. We try to make it a bit more engaging. This episode, for the most part, has really just been the well is dry for me, and I haven't really thought of anything for tonight.
I still think it's a good episode, though.
Yeah, it's not bad in any sense. It's just it's more of a, like when I think about let the mic run, it's mostly just an episode where we kind of have like an overarching theme. In a sense, even if we do talk about other things, it kind of branches off naturally, versus rather than just do just tidbits here and there, and then just kind of have some silence in the middle. It's just for me. It's more of a sense of let's have a bit more to discuss. It's not like 5 minutes. Let's talk about this topic. 5 minutes. Let's talk about that topic. In a
That's
sense,
fair.
it's more of a we have this big topic. Let's talk about it. If we branch off, we branch off, and that's where the beauty comes in. Is we talk about what we think. It's not so much of well, here's this, then we jump to another one. It's mostly one big thing, and then we organically branch off, right?
Yeah,
Um,
one just organic stream conversation, like it is definitely better for flow. I
yeah,
think that.
yeah. Um, so I do apologize that this might not have been quite to the same standard as the prior episodes that we've done, or the past five that we've done. Um, but I think we definitely did try this at least today to see how it ran. And like I said, not really a big fan of it, just because it just feels so unsegmented. But if you actually go ahead and go back to our prior episodes, it's much more linear, but also branching. And I feel it's more representative of the style that we want to have for this podcast.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not always going to hit that benchmark, but it's let the mic run.
Yeah, exactly. So let the mic run. But anyway, our hour is essentially up. We've really talked a bit. Do you want to go through the recap, or should I?
Um, I mean, if you have the recap, I'd say go for it because I don't.
All right, all right. This episode might be a little bit more difficult for me, but basically, we started off talking a bit about languages and the reasons behind our languages, why we wanted to learn. For you, it was Japanese. For me, it was German. Um, and then we branched off a little bit into like katakana, hiragana, and kanji, and talked about that. Had a little simp war, had a um, a little battle about who knows more in our languages. Afterwards, we went into the topic of SpongeBob anime, listened to the OP, discussed the creator and what it was in regards to his videos and what happened to it. Talked a little bit about Kappa. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Kappa. And then we hit on the Trump interview with Axiom in the New Zealand journalist. Gave a few thoughts on that, and then we ended it up with what was the last thing that we talked about just recently?
Just the last little things, Smash Bros.
Oh,
And motivation.
yeah, Smash Bros and motivation.
Oh, and then we also talked about dropping our gotcha at the beginning.
Oh yeah. See, this this episode for me has been more of a stand-in. So I do apologize for that. It's not fair to you. Um, I
That's
will. I will give.
I actually had a few topics, so it was all good.
All right. Cool. Um, I would definitely recommend going to our website, letthemicrun.com, and watching our few prior episodes to this one to get a better feel for what we provide. But typically, it's an hour-long podcast, and we go ahead and go through a range of topics, but generally centralized around one theme. And next week, I'll be a bit more prepared. I'll actually have a few more things to say than just Spear. Take me through the motherland, Take me to the promised land.
Topic.
Yeah. I'll actually have something a bit more to say and keep the flow running. But anyway, for me, I've said my piece. Do you want to say anything else?
Oh yeah, Sumi Nasai. That means good night.
Thank you. Thank you. I was going to ask, but I wasn't sure. Anyway, with that, we're going to close out this episode of Let the Mic Run. We will be back next week, Tuesdays at 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. And we'll probably talk about a few other things more in depth.
Something else.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for me.
Yep. Good night, y'all.
All right. Good night. Later, guys.